BIP Fans Fear Show is copying Love Island USA. July 13, 2025. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Bachelor Nation News fans. Bachelor in Paradise fans are fearing that the show is aiming to copy the highly successful Love Island USA. The latter is currently wrapping up Season 7, with the finale airing July 13th on Peacock. Yet, is BIP desperate for the same viral success? Keep reading for more details. BIP copying Love Island USA. The new season of Bachelor in Paradise just began airing on Monday, July 7, 2025. There was a lot of anticipation surrounding the premiere given that the show had been on hiatus. Yet, fans clamored to see who would fall for whom and what the villa looked like. Unfortunately, there was a lot of disappointment, and viewers felt the show had rebranded itself far too much. With the way that the BIP cast was living and how they spoke, it felt more like Love Island USA, which has been a smash hit. Season 6 introduced Ariana Madix as the new host, and it has taken off in a whole new way. Now, with Season 7 coming to an end and BIP heading into Episode 2, there have been many comparisons. From the colors, to the location, to the production value, and the way the cast interacts, the shows seem oddly similar. Immediately after the Paradise premiere, fans chimed in with their thoughts. They cited the water bottles that the cast had, which were a chapter out of the Love Island book. The Islanders always have their white nameplate bottles during the day as they pull each other for chats. Moreover, it was also noted that the resort has been significantly upgraded to resemble the Fiji villa. Even in the past, when the girls and guys were divided on Paradise, fans got Casa Amor vibes. Yet, with BIP on hiatus in 2024, it did give Love Island USA a chance to shine. Once production saw the immense success of the Peacock show, of course, they would adapt the working formula. However, had the shows not been airing in 2025 at the same time, would the comparisons still have been made? One and the same. After Bachelor in Paradise, viewers pointed out how similar the show had become to Love Island USA, the chatter did not stop. Fans saw that they were one and the same and chimed in with their thoughts. They had to change, ratings were bad. The Casa Amor knockoff last season was so bad that it was actually incredibly embarrassing for the show. It was so lazily added in there, I truly can't wrap my head around what producers were thinking. Someone made this observation that Love Island USA stole a concept from Bachelor in Paradise. Many of the cast has met or knows one another via Bachelor Nation. However, that is now the case with LIUSA, as they are Mistly influencers and are somehow intertwined. It will be interesting to see how much the shows change in 2026 after varied criticism. Do you believe the shows have become one and the same, or are they still very different? Finally, which one do you prefer to watch? Let us know and watch BIP Mondays on ABC and stream Love Island USA
in the
on
sunset.
Peacock.
For over a decade, Bachelor in Paradise, BIP has been a sizzling cocktail of heartbreaks, hookups, and hopeful engagements, a haven for heartbroken ex-Bachelor Nation stars to find redemption by the sea. But lately, the beaches of Sayulita are looking a little too familiar, and not in the nostalgic Bachelor Nation kind of way. Fans aren't whispering anymore. They're screaming on Reddit threads, tweeting fire emojis alongside crying face memes, and creating TikToks comparing slow-mo walk-ins to Love Island USA. The burning question lighting up Bachelor Nation isn't, will they get engaged anymore? It's, is BIP copying Love Island USA? The Villa Vibe Invasion. It all started with Season 10 of Bachelor in Paradise. The opening episode didn't just introduce new contestants, it introduced a new vibe. Neon lights, an overhyped party atmosphere, and beach beds that looked suspiciously like Love Island's famous daybeds. Then came the accents. No, not British Islanders, but producers bringing in Australian and UK Love Island alums for a Paradise crossover week. "Where am I?" asked fan favorite Rachel Recchia during a confessional. "This isn't the beach I remember." Gone were the teary piano interludes. Instead, heavy EDM drops during rose ceremonies, Love Island-style slow-mos of ripped torsos in the pool, and narrators delivering sarcastic commentary a la Ian Sterling. Fans were divided. Some were intrigued, others were furious. BIP has always had its own brand of messy. Why are we turning this into Love Island Light? One longtime viewer posted on a Bachelor Facebook group. The post received 3.4K likes and nearly 2,000 comments, many echoing the same fear. Meet the Islanders of BIP. Bachelor Nation isn't short of characters, but Season 10's cast lineup felt curated, and not in the usual "we picked the dramatic exes" way. Instead, fans noticed how almost every contestant now fit the Love Island mold. Buff bodies? Check. Matching neon bikinis? Double check. Catchphrases like grafting and my type on paper? Triple check. Even the entrances shifted. Instead of awkward hugs and goofy lines, contestants strutted in slow-mo toward the cabana bar like runway models entering a dating simulator. Take Logan, a returning contestant who once fumbled between two women in his OG BIP season. Now he entered to strobe lights, a shirt halfway open, sunglasses at night, and said, "Let's make some chaos, shall we?" Fans on Twitter were quick to roast him. "Bro thinks he's in Love Island, not Bachelor in Paradise," one tweet said, with 43K likes. Casa Amor, Paradise Edition. Things took a bigger turn mid-season. That's when producers dropped the biggest bombshell in BIP history. They split the men and women. Yes, really. The women were removed from the beach and sent to a different part of the resort, to reflect, they were told. But soon enough, new singles entered both locations. It was BIP's version of Casa Amor. Only it wasn't called anything, just a twist. Bachelor Nation saw through it immediately. "So now we're pretending this isn't just Love Island in disguise," one Redditor posted in the Bachelor Nation Uncensored thread. The post exploded overnight. Even former Bachelor stars chimed in. "Was kinda wild seeing that. Gotta admit, I yelled Casa Amor when it happened," said Hannah Godwin on her podcast with Dylan. Fans didn't hate the drama. In fact, ratings surged. But many felt betrayed. "We watch BIP for its clunky, rose-driven chaos, not to become a bootleg Love Island," longtime fan Martina Lopez in an ET interview. Producers behind the curtain. Behind the scenes, things were getting interesting. Insiders leaked that the BIP team had recently hired former Love Island USA staff, editors, sound designers, and even a showrunner assistant. It wasn't confirmation, but it raised more eyebrows than a failed rose ceremony speech. One unnamed producer told Reality Steve, "Look, Love Island has proven it can keep people glued. There's pressure from the top to modernize BIP, make it younger, hotter, faster." But longtime BIP producers reportedly pushed back. BIP was always about giving beloved Bachelor rejects a second chance at love, not turning it into a hookup free-for-all. Still, changes kept coming. In Episode 7, a game called Truth or Dare mirrored Love Island's iconic challenges, complete with whipped cream, blindfolds, and cringy toe-licking moments. Bachelor fans were shook. "I didn't sign up for a fetish festival," one tweet said, which trended for 12 hours. Where is the love? Despite the aesthetic changes, one thing was clear. BIP Season 10 lacked love. There were flings, there were triangles, there were games. But the meaningful connections that made past seasons memorable, few and far between. Jasenia and Ivan, gone after week 2. Brayden and Mercedes lasted 2 episodes. Only one couple, Jen and Sean, made it to the finale, and their proposal was cut short with a "to be continued" card. Literally. Critics pointed out how emotional depth had been replaced by shock value. Even Jesse Palmer, the host, seemed caught between vibes. One minute delivering roses with sincerity, the next introducing a shag, marry, ghost game with a wink and a smirk. The social media split. Social media became a battleground. On TikTok, Gen Z fans praised the change. Finally, BIP is actually fun and fast-paced. But millennial viewers, the OGs, weren't having it. They launched the hashtag #BringBackRealParadise, which trended for 3 days straight. Instagram meme pages like @BachelorClownery and @ParadisePetty posted side-by-side edits comparing BIP and Love Island. The similarities were damning, from villa-style narration to identical confessional setups. Podcasts lit up with discourse. On Game of Roses, the hosts debated whether BIP's format was being sacrificed in the name of clout-chasing virality. "I love chaos," said co-host Lizzie, "but not if it means losing the soul of the show." Voices from Paradise. Several contestants spoke out after filming. Eliza, a fan favorite from multiple BIP seasons, told US Weekly, "This season felt different. We were encouraged to do more wild stuff. There were fewer genuine moments being captured, a lot more games." Aaron Clancy, known for his bromances more than romances, shared on Instagram Live. "At one point, I felt like we were filming Too Hot to Handle and not BIP." Producers remained silent, but Jesse Palmer dropped a cryptic comment during a finale promo. "This is Paradise like you've never seen before. Some fans will love it, others not so much." The cliffhanger ending. The finale aired on a Sunday night, drawing in the biggest BIP numbers in 3 years. But instead of a traditional reunion or heart-tugging engagement montages, it ended with one breakup, one "we're gonna gate as see what happens," and a teaser that next season would be shot in a new international location. Suddenly, BIP wasn't even BIP anymore. Fans watched the final moments, waves crashing under a moonlit sky, and one single shell drift into frame. The screen faded to black, and then came the words, "The journey continues somewhere else." What now? Bachelor Nation is split. Some are excited, others mourn the old BIP, the show that gave us Dean and Kaylin, Dylan and Hannah, Jade and Tanner. Now it's Love Island in Bachelor's clothing, and fans are wondering if the show will ever go back. Petitions have begun, podcasts are dissecting every new development, and ABC hasn't confirmed if Season 11 will keep the Love Island vibes or return to its roots. Meanwhile, Love Island USA producers have thrown subtle shade on social media. One exec tweeting, "Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, isn't it?" When worlds collide. As Bachelor Nation braces for the next season of Paradise, one thing is certain. Televised love isn't what it used to be. The slow burns, heartfelt moments, and raw vulnerability that once defined Bachelor in Paradise have been swapped for dares, drama, and dopamine hits. Maybe it's the TikTok era. Maybe it's the ratings war. Or maybe Paradise was always meant to evolve. But for now, fans are left wondering, is this really Paradise or just another island?